Good morning, folks. Brian Pate from the Pate Realty Group. Sorry for the error in the first broadcast. Hope things are going well for you this morning. I hope that you can hear me. I'm having a little bit of issues with my phone here, not cooperating. Willie's going to try to help me out and tell me if it's going live here in a minute. He's sitting next to me. I want to talk to you about stats today for the month of May 2018, closed stats for May, and what's going on in the active world for the month of June here. We are beginning to see an uptick in the inventory. We're up above 7,800 listings here in the Triangle market. Average time on the market for active listings is 46 days. Median days on the market is 8 days. So we're starting to see the number of days coming up on the active side. The average list price for active listings is $428,693, and the median is right at $350,000. We've got a total of about $3.3 billion worth of real estate for sale right now. Good morning, Joel. So I want to talk a little bit about May 2018 and the sold stats. We always wait until we got to give it a couple of days because some realtors take a little longer than others to put in all of their sold statistics. And so we've got 3,969 sales that took place in June of 2018. That is an increase over 3,860, so an increase of 109 sales over last year this time, and an increase of 200 sales to the exact number, 200 sales increase over May of 2016. So significant increases still taking place. June is typically the most, good morning, Glenn Boulos. June is typically the month where the most houses actually close. It's also when we typically see our median sale price at its highest throughout the year, and we're leading up to that as we're looking at the progression. In January of this year, the average sale price was $284,000, with the median at $250,000, and in May of this year, the average sale price was $307,000. So that's an increase of right at $22,000. On the average sale price, and then the median sale price is up to $266,000 last month. So that's an increase of $16,000, which is about a 6.5% increase, which is, of course, what I've been telling you for years to expect over long term in a good market. It averages out to about 6.5% per year over the growth period. So if you go back to 1993, Raleigh, Durham was named the number one place in the country to live, and from 94 to 98, we saw increases at an average of 6.5%. Then we had the dot-com bubble in 99, followed by 9/11 in 2001, and then in 2002, once again, Money Magazine named us the number one place to live. Increases 2003 through 2006, again, we're at an average of 6.5%. Same thing happened after the downturn in 2013 when Money Magazine named Raleigh, Durham, and Cary all to the top 20 places in the country to live. And we've seen that 6.5% increase from 2014 on through to the current year. So we're seeing those cycles continue. So I would tell you we could probably expect somewhere in the neighborhood of 4,300 to 4,400 units to sell in the month of June. In order for that to happen, though, we're going to have to see an increase in the number of listings taken and added to the MLS. Otherwise, we are going to end up with, Peter Kima would get me on my hair game there, sorry. Otherwise, we're going to end up with extensively low inventory, because if we sell 4,500 homes, that's going to probably reduce our inventory at the current pace by somewhere around 600 to 700 homes, which is going to get us back down around 7,200 listings, and that is going to be low. Still on pace with the typical increases. Average sale price a year ago this month was $292,500, so an increase of about $15,000, or about 1.5 or about 5% over the last year with that increase. And then you'll see the median sale price bumped up last year. At its highest point, it was at 260 actually in the month of July, and we're $6,000 ahead of that right now. And that's been pretty consistent for the last 3 months. In March, April, and May, it's been either 265 or 266. So we're seeing the continuation of those statistics there. So that's what's going on with stats. I want to talk to you about a couple of things going on in the real estate industry, and I'm going to talk to buyer's agents for a minute because this is one of my pet peeves. In case you don't know, on my team, I'm one of the listing specialists, and I do listings only. I don't work with buyers. And so one of my challenges is getting feedback from buyer's agents. Now, I understand buyer's agents that you are busy. I get it, and I appreciate that. However, feedback is crucial to our sellers, and that's part of your job as a buyer's agent, is to provide that feedback. And I've received quite a bit of feedback recently where a buyer's agent would just type "not interested." And the challenge with that is that gives us nothing to go on. At least tell us what about it was the deal breaker for your buyers. Did they not like the backyard? Did they not like the master bedroom? Did they not like the colors? At least give something to go on rather than just saying "not interested." That creates a little bit of a challenge, and they ask us, the sellers ask us, well, why aren't buyer's agents leaving more detail? And I've become aware that there are some instructors out there that are teaching buyer's agents to not leave feedback because it could challenge your negotiating position should somebody come back to the should a buyer come back to the house and want to negotiate on it. And I couldn't disagree more with that statement. If you tell us what it was that was the deal breaker and you come back to the house, that's actually something that you can use to your advantage in the negotiating. So I would encourage you to leave feedback as a buyer's agent. Now, I'm getting ready to cover the other one that really bugs me, and that is buyer's agents that say, "Great house, we loved it, buyer loves it, we're bringing an offer," and then they disappear off of the face of the earth. You should never leave feedback, in my opinion, that you're bringing an offer unless you already have it written and signed in your hand. That can be a bad thing. Now, if you want to call me and say, "Hey, just giving you a heads up, I'm going to be bringing an offer this evening," I would much more appreciate that than for you to put it out there publicly to where the clients are seeing it also. Because now you get the client's hopes up, and if you don't show up with an offer, now we've got a disappointed client, and they're asking us what we did to cause the offer to go away. So buyer's agents, you can help listing agents out and really set yourself up in a better position by being careful with your feedback and making good, honest feedback about the house and not mentioning whether or not you're going to bring an offer. So lots of things going on this week. Today, of course, June 11th. It is, as of yesterday at midnight, last night at midnight, CE season ended, and so if you have not completed your CE for the state of North Carolina, then your license is going to be going inactive on July 1. There will be classes offered through Superior on July 1 so that you can take a general update and an elective that day in order to catch up. And of course, you will be required to make up anything that you did not take this year. So the first thing they require you to do is catch up on the current year's CE, and then you have to make up what you missed last year. So if you've missed your CE at this point by 4 hours, you'll have to take a total of 12 hours in order to reactivate your license. And for you brokers in charge out there, if you were BIC eligible, you've just lost your BIC eligibility, which means you've got to get your license reactivated and then get it activated again, and then you can take the 12-hour course offered by the Real Estate Commission, and you have to do that before you declare yourself as the broker in charge this time. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'm happy to assist. Thanks to all of the students that took my CE classes. By my count, I taught about 2,700 people during the CE season this year. Stepping back into the classroom next week with a broker post licensing course over in North Raleigh. Again, you can register for that on the Superior School of Real Estate's website at superiorschoolinc.com. And I will also be updating my website, brianpateseminars.com, with a whole bunch of classes that are going to be coming through. I've been set up to teach with the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors. I'm going to be teaching some social media marketing classes for them in the fall, in August and September and October, I believe it is. So we'll get that figured out for you. We'll have plenty of room for about 200 people in each of those classes, so I hope you'll take full advantage of that. Other than that, I want to take a minute and give a shout out to my best dog I ever had. Her name was Jessie. Jessie was a Greyhound and German Shepherd mix, and she passed away 8 years ago today, and was by my side through 30 months of chemotherapy, as well as being a really good dog, and I still miss her to this day. So anyway, I hope you have a great summer. Hope the kids are ready to have a good time, and we'll talk to you guys soon.